checking, resetting the audio.
1, 2, this is Nashville. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi, Jimmy.
Good morning, Mr. Griffith. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, Jimmy. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know any old Joes? You ever met any old Joes like you're playing?
I'm sure I have. I never tried to identify with any of them. I just took it off the script.
You know,
Old
I was
Joe's a
looking,
good character.
I live near George Lindsey and had been pleasure to have his friendship for several decades and known a lot of people that have worked on that show. And I was thinking as I prepared for you today, I said, you know, I bet it would have been really wild being Andy Griffith. I mean, did you ever get tired of everybody yelling, "Hello, Aunt Bee," and tell Ron Howard hello? I mean, it must have been a challenge sometimes being a celebrity, even more so than being some of the parts you played.
No, I enjoy that. How was Aunt Bee? Aunt Bee was fine. Say hello to Opie. I'll tell Ronnie Howard hey for you. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have to tell you, yesterday morning my phone rang, New York number. I picked up, hello. He said, "Hi, Andy, this is Ron Howard. I saw your picture last night and I loved it." That's quite an endorsement.
Tell me about you as an actor. I mean, you obviously, even when you were an English teacher, were you a performer even then?
I was a music teacher, actually.
A music teacher? But you always wanted to be in
yeah.
the spotlight? Is that how it worked?
Well, while I was teaching, I tried to figure a way that I could go into show business. I had one act that I'd done down on the beach, down here as a matter of fact, the old preacher act. But I couldn't figure a way to do it. I wrote the St. Louis Opera Company and Kansas City to sing, you know, but I didn't get hired. And one night at the Raleigh Little Theater, we were doing a performance of the old melodrama, The Drunkard. And I did my preacher act, and then that went over well. But then the second night, one of the other acts didn't show up, and I had an idea to write a monologue on Johnny Ray's song, "Please, Mr. Sun." And I did it, and I got laughs, and that was my turning point to go into show business.
Did that surprise you that you had an ability to make people laugh, or did you kind of always knew that you could?
Well, people used to laugh at me, and I didn't want them to. But finally, I learned to control that laughter by doing things funny on my own, obviously, and it turned me into being a comic and working with George Lindsey. And George is a friend. We talk on the phone every now and then.
I always thought you were kind of like in many ways, you were like a Jack Benny and a Johnny Carson, and that area, you know, and George Burns, the straight man, you know, who's very funny, you know, and then just kind of laid it out there, but wasn't trying to be silly.
Yeah, well, I've often said the straight man has the best possible part because he gets to be in the show and see it too. I could see Don Knotts turn into Barney Fife right before my eyes, and that was always a thrill.
Were you always sort of Andy Griffith? I mean, was there that big a difference from you? I mean, if people knew you very well, would they say you sort of like Andy Mayberry and you're sort of like Matlock?
Yeah, I'm. They're both those characters are a part of me. Every character I play is a part of me. Like old Joe in the Waitress is an old man, and that's certainly part of me. That was a good show. The Waitress is a wonderful show.